approve our prior meeting minutes. We have minutes from the July 28th meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Magistrate Bodner, is there a second?
Second.
Magistrate Sleeper. Any discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion to approve signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. Minutes are approved. Budget transfers, Ms. Shannon.
Budget transfers of $8,025.18. And that's all for budget transfers.
All right, motion to approve.
So moved.
Magistrate Harmon, second by Magistrate Bodner. Any discussion on budget transfers? All right, everyone in favor of the motion to approve signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. Cash transfers.
Let's see. From occupational tax to the general fund, $1,192,377.68. From the general fund to the interest-bearing account, $500,000. From E911 to the general fund, $3,500. From the general fund to jail, $100,000. From the general fund to EMS, $200,000. And from general fund to fleet, $10,000. That's it.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve cash transfers?
So moved.
Magistrate Sleeper, is there a second?
Second.
Magistrate Cullen, is there any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the motion to approve signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. All right, approve our bills. Ms. Elena.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Today's bill packet totals $2,172,115.74. At the request of the judge, one of the bills is being pulled. It is America's 250th bill for $1,827. That should have been billed to
Economic Development.
Economic Development. And your grand total is going to be $2,170,288.74.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the bills?
I'll make a motion.
Magistrate Cullen, is there a second? I'm sorry,
Second.
Magistrate Harmon. Any discussion? Just going through, there was a couple of sponsorships, one for Soul 2nd Street, and,
Your occupational tax bill
okay,
is in there. That's why the number's so high this meeting.
all right. So, no discussion, no questions, no comment. All right, all those in favor of paying the bills signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I have one more question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
This morning, I did get the paperwork in for the piece of equipment we bought for EMA, the side-by-side. I do need permission to go ahead and do the paperwork at the clerk's office, so I need to pay the title and transfer fees.
Motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion by Magistrate Bodner, second by Magistrate Ellis. Any discussion on that item of business? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Just as a follow-up, because it was kind of left out,
Mhm.
we did go ahead and get approval for the excavator.
Yes, yes. We worked on that the last couple weeks. Actually, it was questionable at first, but July the 15th, part of the KRS was changed, and it does state now that if we get a used piece of equipment, as long as the sale price to us is below 75% of the MSRP value, then we can purchase the piece of equipment without going out to bid.
We might need it this week.
We'll make.
Yeah, coming up tonight and tomorrow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right,
Perfect, thanks for working on that.
Thanks, absolutely.
thank you. Okay, we have one item in old business, and that's our second reading of Ordinance 842.3, our Animal Control Ordinance. Has there been any changes since the first reading? Okay. All right, so is there a motion to approve second reading?
So moved.
Magistrate Sleeper?
Second.
Second by Magistrate Harmon. Any discussion on the ordinance?
Yeah, there's one part where it's taken from the statute that's left off, that I wanted to add back to it. It doesn't, it's not like a big deal, but, it's in the KRS, so it's just like one sentence that I need to add back to it. And I can work with Julie to get that done. Other than that, I would ask to approve it, pending that one sentence.
You just want to cite the KRS? Is that what it want to do?
Right, well, yeah, like how it reads, it's reading like the KRS, but there's one sentence that's like left up
Oh, okay, okay.
on there.
You know what
That's-
page we're talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
We'll table it and come back.
Page 19 has a KRS. Let me look real quick at this KRS.
KRS
on, yeah, every one of them.
Move on and come back.
Yeah, what, can we like
Yeah, we can
do
do
that?
that.
And I'll
Yep,
come back to
yep.
it and I'll tell you exactly.
Okay, we'll pause on that for a moment and come back. Okay, homeless coordinator, Brice Gibson. Brice in the hall. Come on in, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. All right, so come give y'all a little update on homeless numbers.
Yeah.
We've got 127 intakes done as today. So over the summer, spring months, we've had a slight influx of people just moving through the county. Like I've seen, so basically my number is like at 38% out of the 127 who have been here for less than a year right now. And I'm not seeing them for a long period of time. I'm only seeing them for 2 or 3 weeks or up to a month, and then it seems like they go on wherever they're going. Like we had one guy, he was here in the early spring, and he stayed around here for 2 or 3 weeks, and he said, "I'm just traveling the country." And he wasn't staying in a hotel or nothing. He was on foot, and that's just what he was doing. Real nice guy. So we're still at 62% overall as far as been here at least 2 years. We've got 29% that are lifetimes, 23 or 26% from 2 to 10, and then 7% from 10 to 20. So we're still seeing that it's overall still a community problem. And there's a lot of different factors in that. And I've told y'all this number before, and this number always amazes me that 3/4 of them report having grown up in stable housing. That number just, I don't know what it is about that number, but that number really just continues to stand out to me. And I guess it's because it's so much. Yes, sir.
Out of the number that you have you been able to identify veterans?
There's not many veterans in this.
Because there are so many across the country.
Yeah, I know, and I don't understand why that is being the case here, but it's not. And I think maybe it has to do with the veteran services that we don't really have many of them here. Most of them are in Lexington, or bigger populations. So that's just my opinion about why we're not seeing them here. I could be way off, but we're not. I've got that. Go ahead.
A second question. I was turning right after being on Houstonville Road on the bypass to go home the other night, and I looked across near the Zoldi's. This gentleman had to be 60, could have been 75 or older, and his osteoporosis was so severe that he was bent over like this, pushing a cart. Are you familiar with that gentleman?
Yeah, on a walker. Yeah, had a walker.
Yeah.
It probably looked like a cart. Yes, and he's housed. We housed him a few months ago. He was previously homeless, and through all of us kind of working together, including crisis response, and all of us, we have gotten him housed, and he's been housed for probably 3 months.
Thank you.
He just likes to wander around.
Absolutely does.
Yeah, he's been sitting
Yeah.
over at the viaduct.
Yeah.
Oh, he's everywhere. And I seen him. Mr. Kidd is his name, and I seen him. I'm pulling out from I think over at Nesco, and I seen him walking. I said, he's gonna walk straight into my truck. And I get to looking at traffic, and the next thing I know, I hear a ding, He walked straight into my truck.
Oh.
So be aware, yeah, but he's everywhere and he doesn't come into the office very much. Every once in a while he will. But he's a nice guy, and I'm just glad that he's staying in his apartment, at least sleeping in it. But we've housed about, over the last 4 or 5 months, we've housed approximately 20 people. My numbers are a little bit down from what they were this time last year, and I do believe that that is a reason why. Because we pulled, well, there's 4, 6, about 8 people out of tents, and we're able to help place them in apartments. The thing is like some of them have went together and are splitting the rent, which is huge. I mean, they were living in a tent together or an encampment together, and they decided we'll just pool our money and we'll go get us a place. And we were able to help them with some deposit money and things like that along the way to help get them placed.
Hey Brice, just going back to the veterans thing, I have to imagine that we have such an active veterans community here at the VFW and others that they kind of look after their own. I'd have to think if there's some problems, they're probably getting help at that level first before it becomes a bigger issue.
I would think so. I would definitely like to think so. I just don't see them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is.
Yeah. Well, I think that really is what it is. It's just
I
veterans
think they're
taking care
getting
of
help
them. They're getting
somewhere,
help
yeah.
from we've got several in the community here, several, VFWs and whatnot in here, so I really think that's what it is.
Some are working jobs here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. A lot of these individuals are working. We've got another family that Sergeant Rainwater somehow or another found them a trailer, really cheap. Now I'm sure it's a disaster. I think it's been gutted, but they haven't moved into it yet. But I would think within the next 30 days that family will be inside of that. And they've been working. Both of them have been working for months. We've got eviction history. We've got bad credit. I had a phone call late last week. A mother of 2 children. She's got bad credit, and for her to get in, she had just gotten her children back. She's actually a drug court participant, and it's going to cost her $3,600 to get into a house. Because of her credit, they want first month's, last month's, and deposit. Rent's $1,200. I mean, that's a pretty healthy house payment. It's more than what mine is, quite a bit more. So there's things like that are contributing factors to all of this stuff. And it's not going to change overnight. For instance, so you all know we do the meal kits, the emergency meal kits. Well, this time last year, $400 would buy us about, I'm approximately about 75 meal kits. Now it's only doing about 40. So that's a big increase that everybody across the board is going to see. I have a person that goes out and looks for this stuff for us, and I know how she is, so she's definitely bargaining, shopping, and trying to find us the best deal to make every dollar stretch as far as it can. And it was approximately $1,400 that we just did a couple of weeks ago, and it made 150 kids. So I mean, that's something else that we probably don't really think about a lot, that are big deals when we really get to looking at all this stuff and the root causes.
So you need donations. If somebody wanted to help, they could
Yes.
donate.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Homeless coalitions, we've got a PayPal account where somebody can just go online, and then we have a checking account where they can just deposit at farmers. I think there's even now like a stocks account where people can donate their stocks or donate their interest and things like that from their stocks. So we're doing okay on the fundraising, but we're always going to be just like everybody. You know, if we're trying to expand this and really trying to make a bigger difference, we're always going to be screaming we need donations. Food is kind of okay right now, but that may change in 30 days or 60 days. I think I've got enough to get through 60 days at a pretty good rate, and that's. But we always need all that stuff, and we now have a storage building. We went and rented a storage building so that way I could keep like when we get these grants, like Center College gave us a grant last year, and they're giving it to us again this year, where we'll make these emergency tent kits. And so that way I can store them, because I don't give as many of that stuff out during the winter time. Just don't. During the summer, I've ran through almost all of them. I think I'm down to like 5 kits, but the middle of next month is when they should be putting these tent kits back together for us.
So is there a list on your website
There's
of
a-
food items that you
There's an
want?
Amazon wish list.
Okay,
And the Amazon wish list has everything on it as far as food items, the type of stuff, because we try to build those meal kits very purposely. We try to pack as much protein as we can into them.
and what do you search on Amazon?
Boyle County Homeless Coalition.
Okay.
And it should be on the website also. And it's BoyleCountyHomelessCoalition.org.
Okay.
All of those links should be on there. I want to thank you all for helping fund this housing initiative that we're getting ready to do. I think we're about 60 days away from having our first participants inside of this. We haven't found a location yet, but we're really, really looking. So what I've been doing on that front is making sure that I've got all the policy procedures, the handbooks, all of those types of things underway and lined all the way out. Last week, I presented it to the Homeless Coalition Board and it got approved. So that was kind of like the first step after securing funding from you all, which I'm really, really thankful for that. When you really start dissecting the numbers and this data that we're collecting right now, you can really see that workforce development is one of the biggest reasons why people are losing housing. And along with fixed incomes and can't afford deposits, like I think that's why they can't get back into one after they have a job loss or get on hard times, whether it be medical bills or whatever it may be. Then when they're on a fixed income, or just like the family I was talking about, you know, both of them working, well, they just can't get the first month's rent and deposit together. So I think that all these things in 12 months we'll start seeing a real lasting impact on some of these situations.
Good deal, good deal.
Any more questions?
I just want to make a comment. The reasons for homelessness are so varied. Just to give one example, this past Friday, our volunteer admission group has sat in there and helped move a lady's possessions because she's a 61-year-old widow with a teenage daughter. Her husband committed suicide 2 years ago, very limited income, and she was living in a house and the landlord passed away, and so the new landlord came and said, you got to get out by the end of the month, and that's the emergency eviction situation. So we're working with her now with Housing Authority and other folks to try and get her housing, but we were able to move her possessions into a storage area. So
Yeah.
there's lots of reasons for homelessness.
Yeah. Thank you for the work that you do, Brice. We appreciate you stepping up and starting all these wonderful things that you and your team are doing. So we appreciate you.
This is very humbling and very stressful at times.
I'm sure.
But hey, look, I get to go get on a tractor every afternoon and kind of decompress and figure out, you know, the frustrating things, not the stressful things. But thank you all very, very much. Thanks for all the support. Can't do none of this without y'all. Y'all have a good day.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You too.
Thank
Thank you. County Attorney, are you ready, or you want me to keep going?
Right, yeah, we can go back to that.
Okay, so we're going to go back to our second reading, and we do have a motion and a second on the floor. And you were discussing adding a KRS
Right.
Back to what page?
Well, we were looking at the definitions on pages 5 and 6.
Okay.
And, for example, physical injury. Well, it also lists it, physical injury on 11D, which goes into more detail. Sorry, on page 11 on the top at B. So I think that just on those definitions, they're listed there, which is listed at 525-135. We just want to cross-reference that to see the.
So you're
page
gonna,
two.
so what language are you gonna
So I'm
add?
gonna put C section 4A to, and then whatever.
Like,
letter.
yeah, so, for
for-
example, physical injury, torture, there's another one, serious physical injury. They're defined on page 10 and 11 of our proposed changes or whatever, but it's kind of a lesser definition on page 6 and 7, so I want to make sure that the full definition is referenced. So I think, for example, on
So are you gonna put that on page 6 under physical injury to C section 4A? Is that where you're gonna
Yeah,
put
I
that
have
at?
C section 4A, number 2, small a.
and that's for physical
And
injury.
that takes it to physical injury, and then I'll do the same for
Do it for
physical
the other.
trauma that will say B.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So we have a motion and a second on the floor to approve second reading now with the additional language regarding physical injury and physical trauma. Is there any other discussion, questions?
No, do we need to amend the motion?
Do I need to amend my motion?
Yes,
I'll
please.
amend my motion to
To include
reflect
that
what-
language.
To include what council said.
Okay, and the second? All right.
So yeah, for physical.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
So
Any opposed, nay?
those three.
Motion carries. Second reading is approved.
So animal control is officially, as of right now, under the sheriff.
Yes. Yes. All right, thank you all very much. Jailer Brian Wofford, I believe he's out in the hall. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. So I'll start with the quarterly report. As of today, right now, we have 29 full-time employees. 6 of those are in academy. We started the 3rd or 4th? Third. So that'll be about 4 weeks, but we actually have some with some prior experience, so we're going to try something different. We're actually going to divide that class up into kind of 2 groups, because the ones that have experience, they already know how to handcuff, how to search, how to do those, so we're going to kind of just, hey, here's our policy procedures, and kind of scoot them through early. We've got 2 part-time employees, or deputies. So we've had some issues with one of our HVAC units. I think we've got that repaired, it's back online. And we're still having problems with our walk-in fridge, which has been constant. It's almost a daily thing. Our state inmate work crew has helped with the fair, brass band, the 250th celebration, Eddie Montgomery concert, the balloon race, clean up after it, and then we're finishing up the garden. Our numbers today, Boyle is 56, state is 68, 37 of those are SAP, 0 for other counties, so we're holding 123. Other than that, everything else is about normal. So the good news is we're about to start our Boyle Rise program, and I'm with Chad. He's worked really hard on this. This was his ideal and his initiative on it, so he's done all the heavy lifting on it. So I'm going to turn it over and let him explain it.
Great.
This is the Bull Rise Initiative is what we're calling it, and I've passed this out before in a flyer. It tells a little bit about it. We're excited to say that we finally got all the ducks in a row. Everything's going to restart on Thursday. So on Thursday, we've got 11 county inmates, Boyle County inmates, and we've got 1
employee, actually. We have our lieutenant in charge of maintenance. He's going to go through the OSHA 10 part, and he's also going to go through the forklift certification. So the great thing is it's all paid for through grants. It's not costing Boyle County taxpayers any extra money. The whole reason for this is we started working with Reentry Employment Services branch that led us to Bluegrass Workforce Development. And what Bluegrass Workforce did is they sent out a survey to all the employers, the major employers here. So what certifications are you looking for in a new employee? What would help you want to hire someone? And so they came back with, we need forklift operators. So we're doing forklift certifications. It'd be great if they had their OSHA 10 card. So Thursday is CPR first aid. Friday we do half of the OSHA 10, then we start into forklifts on Friday. Saturday we do the other half of OSHA 10, and we do the practical part of forklift. So they're actually bringing a forklift, and Mike Rogers has agreed to allow us to use that the old recycle part, so we can do it indoors for Saturday, which is going to be great. They'll get forklift certified. Judge Johns, she's got a person in drug court right now making like $40 an hour running a forklift. So wow. We want to bring these people, have them day one ready. Starting Monday, we get Sunday off. Starting Monday, we go into, with adult ed, soft skills. So they're going to get certified in soft skills, and the class itself, it talks about how to make a resume, why it's important to make a resume, how to go through job interviews. We're going to set up mock job interviews. A lot of these people have never had to sit in front of an employer and present themselves for a position.
Sell themselves.
Sell themselves,
yeah.
That's right. So, and they've got to make up some ground. They've been incarcerated. Right. Well, what this shows is they're not just sitting there, and they have to earn this. It's not given. If they don't earn it, if they don't pass the test, do the work, they don't get the certificates. Right. When they show up to that employer, it's about $3,600 worth of certification that the employer does not have to pay.
Wow. That's awesome.
So wow. We are really excited about this.
Would forklift, up to this innovative program, would that piece of equipment be one more like a chainsaw where we could not allow them to touch them without your program?
No. No, they can run a forklift.
So they could have already, but this is just to get them.
Well, it's going to get them right.
The important thing is they're getting certification.
Correct. And that helps to bridge that unemployment gap. You know,
yeah.
Part of a lot of our guys are in recovery. And part of successful recovery is successful gainful employment. You know, that helps to fill in a lot of gaps when you can afford to have a place to live and be able to afford to have a car and, you know, work towards correcting the errors of your past, and the financial gap needs to be filled. Also, too, we've got 300 and something positions available right now in Boyle County in the surrounding areas. They are looking for employees that are day one ready. They don't want to have to spend 6 months training somebody. So we're hopefully going to fill that gap all the way around. I know we're work ready county, we're recovery ready county, and this meets those qualifications for both.
And how they're going to follow up with you.
Oh yeah, once they go through, it's not just over. They're going to continue to follow up with them as they go into the workforce. When there's gaps that they need, they're going to be able to jump in and help fill those with more education, help fill those. We've even got a partner that will help pay if they have to have steel-toed boots. They can put them in the right people where there's some grant money right now that will help pay for those steel-toed boots and any equipment that they would need to take on that job.
Now, do they have to be so far, like, close to being released, like so far in their
Ideally,
sentence?
it would be. So where these are county inmates, some are final sentenced, the majority are pretrial detainees. So we don't really have a control over that. So if for some reason they don't get released in the next 4 weeks, then what we're doing is adult ed has agreed to come back in and continue to do more classes with those that have successfully completed this program.
Okay, good to hear.
I spoke with our attorney, Chris Herron, Judge Barsotti. They're both on board with this, wanting to incorporate it into their Rocket Docket program. Attorney Johnson, Justin Johnson, the Commonwealth Attorney, and Judge Johns both want to incorporate parts of this into their drug court. So perhaps if somebody absconds in drug court, they mess up, they get sent back, rather than just sitting there waiting to get back into the program, this would be something that they could put into place so that when they go back into the program, they've got some tools to go forward and be successful with. So
And how
it's,
much was the grant?
but the grant comes through 2 or 3 different departments, and
Oh,
it
okay.
depends on the people.
Okay.
But roughly it's about $3,600 per person
Okay.
that they're getting certified in. And these
Great.
aren't make-believe certifications.
Yeah.
KCTCS it's
Yeah.
all like through BCTC, those places that are proctoring it at our facility. And one of the things that Jailer Wofford has done is agreed to is if we have someone that is involved next week and they bond out on Friday afternoon, they can come back on Saturday and complete the class.
And complete it, yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And like I say, it's saving the county $3,600 to have, Glenn OSHA certified, forklift certified. And then in the future, because we can only do 12 at a time because of our space. If we have an opening down the road, if there's a county employee that needs that, we would, we're willing to work them in to save the county the cost of getting those, if we have the space.
Yeah.
So,
Great deal.
This time we didn't have the space. We had 12, but
Yeah.
one did back out.
Yeah.
So that gave us the space. But
Yeah.
hopefully, we like to have at least 10. I'd love to be able to see us put 2 employees each class.
Yeah.
And they can pick and choose. They wouldn't have to go through soft skills and financial literacy. Oh, that was the other one. Financial literacy is next
Yeah.
Tuesday, where they learn about how to open a bank account, how to manage debt, create a budget, and that type of information.
Sounds fantastic.
I was just wondering, can we put the jailer through these classes?
We should have put him in first. It was already
Believe it or not, I am
full.
forklift
And his
certified.
dog. Get his dog in there too.
Yeah. But anyway, wish us luck, because we're probably going to need it over the next few days.
Well, thanks for sharing.
And
That's
like I
very
said, we'd like to come
exciting.
back
Great
and give a
program.
report on follow-up on
Yeah.
how many, we get through it, completed, and,
Yeah.
throughout the year, they're gonna follow up with these folks in their employment, and so.
Will you have any kind of like special recognition for them, or is it because they're all going to be graduating at different times, you really can't do a?
We'll probably have a graduation
Oh, okay.
for,
Okay.
the ones that this class.
Yeah.
That successfully complete.
Okay, let us know.
And we're gonna do some things to encourage the inmates to wanna take this.
Yeah.
So we've got some stuff that we can pay for at a canteen that we're gonna do to kind of, you have to give them something that'll draw them in a little bit, and then, so.
Yeah. Okay.
This is great because, they're going to come right out of jail and be able to contribute to society, to occupational tax and things like that.
Well, it's
Be with
hopefully,
family.
them
Be with
being
their
gainfully
family.
employed.
Support their
too.
families, yeah.
That get their family back and then we put in, and less likely, keeps our recidivism going down, and if they can get out, instead of just laying on somebody's couch trying to survive, they're gonna be
Right.
able to provide for themselves and thrive, so.
And these are also the part of the qualifications. They can't be violent offenders.
Yeah.
They can't be sexual, offenders, that type of thing. So these are people that are, they're going to be safe to go out and work in the community. They just need a little help, and we found a way to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome.
Sounds good. Good job.
Thank you.
Good
Good
job.
job.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's great.
Thank you. Mr. Mark Gordon will be next.
Mr. Gordon.
And good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good. Mark's going to present some quotes on the Alum Springs fence, but we've also added a couple of other things so he can go ahead and get these projects going while he's here. So you can start with the fence if you want to.
Okay, Alum Springs, as y'all know, we put a new fence across the front and 2 new gates. One is to access the convenience center. The other was to access an entrance or an emergency entrance for the bike park. This fence will actually go down be the west side of the property and then across the back, which will totally enclose the convenience center, which will enable us to give the people working there a key to to the gate on the right to access as at will. So I've got 2 quotes, one from the company, Elite Agronomics Consulting. It was at $23,381. I got another company, Soki out of Bowling Green. He was at $25.37. Also contacted Acres. They called me back. We were going to set up the time the following week, and that's been 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've never heard anything back, but I was going to suggest or recommend the person that done the front part. That's
With the same type of fence, same
it's the
company.
same fence, yeah. And then at the back of the fence, or the back of the property or convenience center, there'll be a gate to access where the brush is at, out the back side of it. But other than that, it'll be enclosed, or be enclosed on 3 sides. There's a creek on the left-hand side.
Okay, so you've got a quote from Elite Agronomics, $23,381. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Cullen, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Harmon, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
The second thing, I don't know what's on your,
I have Wiley Electric for Public Works.
okay. We are currently, we're getting closer to getting the Public Works Department moved into their part of Fred King.
Yay.
Myself and Roger walked through with Wiley, the electrical contractor, and told them in our building, like where we wanted to plug in for welders, air compressor, our lift for a truck, different plug-ins on the wall. And he came back with a quote of $36,881. That's what that quote is for. It will actually be wiring everything in the building.
He's state contract.
Sorry?
He's state contract.
And he is licensed to the state.
Professional service.
Yeah, professional service.
So this is already in our budget. We already have this in our budget, or?
No, it's not, it'll come out of reserve. It'll be the same thing. Everything else that we've been doing out there, it'll just come out of the reserves, and then when we bond, we put it back.
Thing, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also separately, I asked him to give me a price on our electrical service. Currently, it's a 3-phase, what they call the CL, the old style donuts. And we did the same thing with the recycling building. Their electrical service coming into the building was overhead, and it was obsolete. And KU done explained that if one of those 3 donuts go bad, we'll have to change it over anyways. So we put their electrical service underground and put in a new service to the whole building. And this building, the back building, which is Public Works, is set up the same way as that one was. And in order to bring it up to date and to put it underground, not overhead, he gave me a bid of $18,209.
Which was considerably less than
recycling, yeah, because that electrical service was a
Longer
lot
distance,
bigger
yeah.
and
Longer
did a longer
distance, right.
distance.
Okay, so we've got 2 quotes. We've got one, for what you explained.
One is for the electrical service coming into the building.
Right,
One is for everything inside.
inside the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he actually separated that so we could see.
Okay. Let's vote on them separately. How about that?
Okay.
So, on the first one, the electric coming into the building, which is the $18,209.11. Is there a motion to approve that quote?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Magistrate Bodner, second by Magistrate Sleeper. Any discussion on that particular item? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. Okay, the second one in the amount of $36,881.38. Is there a motion to approve that quote?
I'll make that motion.
Magistrate Cullen, is there a second?
Second.
Magistrate Sleeper, any discussion on that item?
Jamie,
Yeah.
you guys.
Was the overhead situation one that OSHA would encourage us doing otherwise?
OSHA?
Yeah, but because of the problems that you can have with electricity.
State code.
No, I've not.
But it sounds like it's,
Well, it's an
you said
obsolete.
inter-county or somebody told you?
KU.
KU.
Yeah, and they're,
Bring it up to state code is
Right.
basically what we're doing.
Okay, yeah, good.
and that includes a new breaker box, which currently, you've got a huge breaker box there with, I'm guessing it's probably 50 breakers, none of them's marked. So you're trying to figure out what's controlling what. When he does that, he'll put in a new, and then everything will be labeled.
That's worth $36,000 alone.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. If you ever look at your box at home.
Yeah, he actually makes a little tag, a metal tag, and glues it to each breaker so that it will stay and you know what is powering.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on that quote? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Okay. The next thing was we need a water and sewer line installed for our office and break room. The water meter and tap and the sewer and tap has already been paid to the city. And I've got 3 quotes on installing the water and the sewer to the building. Our builder, he does the sewer and water on the inside, but that doesn't include anything outside. So we have to have it installed. Got one company here, Commonwealth Plumbing, both water and sewer at 11.3. Got another company out of Lexington, it's Plumology, and he quoted it, the sewer at 12, the water line at 86.10.
For a total of $20,610.
Significant difference.
And then I got a quote from Stokey. The water line was at 18.3. And I misplaced his suit.
We don't have
That's all.
Well, it's all together, I think, because it says
it. Oh,
installed.
yeah, so
Oh, was
sewer
it?
and water all
Yeah,
together.
sewer and
Okay.
water. Yeah,
He didn't separate.
no.
But I was gonna recommend Commonwealth. They're a fairly local company and considerably cheaper.
Make that motion.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Magistrate Cullen, a second by Magistrate Ellis. Any discussion on the water sewer line quotes? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
And to give you an update.
Get to work.
You're cut off for the rest of the week.
To give you guys an update on our building, our office is framed up. The electric is roughed in, the plumbing is roughed in, they've both been inspected. The HVAC, we've been holding this up. We got a permit yesterday to install it from the state. He says he'll have it done by the end of the week. And then when the builder comes back, to start over. He said within a month's time, he'll be done,
Yay,
and we'll be able to walk.
yeah. So hopefully by October 1st.
That's what we're
Hopefully.
shooting for. If
Yeah.
we, like I said, we get the water there,
Yeah.
and the sewer going out.
Yeah.
Trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
Well, thank you for everything that you have done and continue to do, to getting all these quotes. I know that's a job, calling all these people and
Yeah.
trying to get things lined up, and so we just appreciate the work you're doing. 'Cause
Right.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, anything else from you guys, girls, men and women? Okay,
All right.
Thank you,
you,
sir.
guys.
Thanks, Mark.
all right, IT Director, Bill Nichols,
Thank you, sir.
right on cue.
Right on cue.
Like he was watching.
Better than earlier, right?
That's right.
I'm here not to talk about ProTech, but the reason ProTech is listed is they are our preferred vendor for our Microsoft product. It is a budgeted item. I did manage to bring it in $2,000 cheaper than I budgeted for. I think we budgeted $45,000 for everything, and it came in at $43,000.
Awesome.
So if I need, do I need to make a motion to get an approval for that, or just acknowledge it, or however you all want to do it?
You can't make the
You
motion.
need to,
I'm sorry. Do you all want a motion, or just say,
We're
hey,
listening.
you're
I
good, or
want Bill to
what?
do all the motions.
So I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve the ProTech bid, or I guess it's a,
yeah.
They're a
Second.
preferred vendor.
Preferred vendor.
Microsoft makes you choose your vendor, and then they give the same price to everybody, so I figured might as well keep it low.
Okay, all right, we have a motion by Magistrate Cullen, a second by Magistrate Bodner. Any discussion on the estimate for ProTech IT Solutions? All right, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
important footnote in this is that we tried going down the free Google route for a while, utilizing their office system, and that became a hassle, and that's why we switched.
Well, and one of the reasons, we even went down the paid Google route, but Google didn't at the time, I don't know if they do now or not, but didn't at the time. We have a lot of just email accounts.
Mhm.
And Google said, no, you gotta have all of these, all these or whatever.
Mhm.
And it turned out to be just a little more flexible for us, and we've made that transition. I think we're doing really well with it. Plus, Microsoft has been real proactive about doing the phishing stuff. I mean, like I said before, we got in that phishing campaign with KnowBefore, and even though they were whitelisted on our Microsoft account, Microsoft still analyzed the emails when they came in, stopped them, and said, I'm not delivering these. So unfortunately, that just showed us that it was not worth spending the money with KnowBefore, but it showed us that our system was doing what it needed to be doing.
Supposed to be doing, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Some still get through, but not very many.
All right,
Thank you all.
thank you also,
Thank
Bill. Okay, County Administrator Julie Wagner, welcome back.
Good morning. I have, I think you have a copy in your packets, the draft request for proposals for architectural design, engineering design for the new sheriff building, which is the old post office on Walnut Street. I wanted to get you to look over this and see if there's anything else we want. Otherwise, I asked for you to approve the RFP so we can get this out for bid.
Now, the RFP publication, is that gonna change? The date for that? Target date was today,
Where do you see that?
on page 3. Schedule of issuance and award.
Yeah, today, I'm gonna publicize it today.
You, oh, so that date is still good?
If it's approved.
Okay,
yes.
all right,
Yes,
just
I
wanted to
have
make sure.
everything ready to go, yep. Sorry.
You're all right. Is there a
I'll make the
motion?
motion, we go ahead and approve the publication of the RFP.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion by Magistrate Cullen, a second by Magistrate Sleeper. Any discussion on the RFP for the Sheriff's Department building?
And email.
And what?
And email.
And it, yes, okay. EMA. And EMA.
EMA.
Emergency management.
I wasn't sure what you were saying at first. All right. Okay.
Check that coffee, please.
Yeah. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. I tell you, things are moving right along. We are getting lots Done. Great. Okay, Hogue Hollow Road survey?
Yes, in your packet also was a copy of a proposal from our county surveyor to do the survey of the property on Hogue Hollow. There's a bit of a, excuse me, discrepancy in the deed and PDA's records. He's gone back to the 1900s and is probably gonna have to go back to when it was first divided and recorded. His estimate is $18,700. He doesn't think he'll need all that, but he may, so he put a number in there if he had to. That's worst case scenario.
He's already found a couple of discrepancies,
Yes.
and it's gonna take a lot of time to figure it out. So we wanna make sure that what we're purchasing is what we're purchasing. Yeah, according to the deed and what we think we're getting. So that's the little higher cost because of all the man hours that are gonna be put in.
I make a motion.
Second.
All right, motion made by Magistrate Bodner, second by Magistrate Ellis. Any discussion on the survey of cost? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. All right, next up is our treasurer, Ms. Shannon Greene, with the treasurer's settlement.
In your packets, you have the annual treasurer settlement, the list of vendors was what was spent by each fund, and then it also included salary breakdown. Do you have any questions?
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looks to be all in order, but if anyone has any questions or comments, we'll certainly allow those. And do you want approval or just
Just an acknowledgement.
Acknowledged.
Okay. All right, acknowledge. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Good job. Okay, so we have 2 meeting dates that we need to discuss and decide what we want to do. We've kind of got them in reverse order, but that's okay. We'll go with December 1st. Last year, the meeting fell the week of Christmas, and it does again this year. And last year, we set it back a day and had it on Monday instead of Tuesday. This year, it's December 22nd. Do we want to keep that date as the second meeting of December, or because it's 2 days before Christmas, do we want to push it back to the 21st or even earlier?
Make a motion, move it to the 21st.
Okay, have a motion by Magistrate Ellis. Is there a second?
Second.
Magistrate Bodner. Any discussion on moving the December 22nd meeting back 1 day to December 21st?
Gives a little more travel time.
So last year, Christmas was on Thursday, this year it's on Friday.
We're off, or the courthouse is closed the 24th and 25th.
Yeah.
So that gives, if we move it back to Monday, that gives the staff,
Everything has to be in by the 17th.
yeah. Well,
16.
16, yeah.
I mean, does that cause any issues for staff having to change stuff around? Or?
Actually,
21st. You still only have, even though it's special call, 24 hours, so I don't really have to move that much stuff around.
Just notification, stuff like that.
yeah.
And again, it'll, like you said, it'll be a special call meeting, so we can only discuss the things that are on the agenda
Yeah.
by moving it, so.
Yeah, that means everybody will have to get their items in.
No comments, no none of that stuff at the end.
Well, now that's, I mean, whatever's
guess
on the agenda.
Yeah.
So if comments are on the agenda, then we'll still have them.
No, but no add-on motions or anything like that.
No,
So-
no, only what's specified on the agenda. Yeah, so if something comes up like, Mark come in today and he had those 2 other things that weren't on the agenda,
Nope.
then he wouldn't have been able to do that in a special call. He would have had to just done the one.
Correct.
So any issues with moving it to the 21st?
Anybody need it moved?
That's my question, do we really? I could see when last year was on Thursday, Christmas was on Thursday, it was kind of closer, but
I think Magistrate Gay was the one that
Yeah.
requested it last
He had
year.
a
He had a
conflict, yeah.
holiday, and I'm not sure, you know, this year if it's the same, but I think he was the one that did request it last year. And it's fine with me. I mean, you know, if you all want to move it to the 21st.
Doesn't matter to me, one way or the other.
I can hear you.
Yeah, a little bit. So, do we want to keep it Tuesday? It's fine. We do.
I would say it, though, we don't have to worry about the whole special call thing or whatever. So,
Okay.
it's the end of the year. should kind
I'll
of
take
start
my, rescind my motion.
Always in,
Okay.
just putting it out there.
Okay, all right, so Magistrate Bodner and Magistrate Ellis have rescinded their motion and second. We will leave the second meeting of December as December 22nd, 2026, 9 a.m. Okay, all right, now moving back to October 27th, the county clerk will be doing absentee voting in the courtroom. So I would like to have that meeting. It'll be a special call meeting, and we will conduct that meeting at City Hall. So
Danville? Okay.
Danville City Hall. We'll conduct that meeting
Love
there.
to invite you to Perryville.
Well, we've been to Perryville, we've been to Junction, so now we'll take advantage of Danville City Hall. So
What date was that?
that was on October 27th.
Okay.
And we will conduct the meeting at Danville City Hall, and that will be at 9 a.m. And I have already spoken with the city manager, and they have approved to let us use their
Okay.
facilities.
A reminder would be good, so we won't.
We will send out, and we'll announce it at every meeting. All right, now we're up to magistrate reports, and
You had smart proclamation. on
that got pulled.
That's
yes.
what we,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, that
Just
was
checking.
pulled. You may not have gotten a revised agenda, sorry about that. Okay, magistrate reports. We will start with Magistrate Bodner.
Well, I'm still tired from the balloon festival. We had lots of walking and running and doing, lots of people helping. It was a really good event, and the balloons went up. If nothing else works, if the balloons go up, everybody seems very happy. So the balloons went up, and it was really neat to see it, and had a lot of good work. And Brianna, Vice Director, really did so much with this. She was a key person in this event. So we'd like to thank her for all that. And let's see, I thank Public Works for looking at a tree that's, the limbs are falling down every day. And like to thank the state for clearing out the bamboo that was growing out over 300, back right near Yates Road. And the county's gonna start mowing, or is already mowing, so they should be out my way on Wednesday. Some people were complaining that the grass of course grows so fast, but anyway, appreciate them mowing. And let's see, I wanted to mention I'm still waiting to hear about the grade change from grade 9 to grade 10 with the county administrator and that report. So I'm still, I know you said you talked to Steve Griffin, is that right?
The personnel committee, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was looking at Jason. So I'll be glad to hear about that. I've talked to Josh Morgan about the EDA property, about where we're going to take the burner, air curtain burner. He says he's getting, going to have that entrance to that soon. I haven't talked to him in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, so maybe open now.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, he actually gave I was at City Hall last night for their meeting, and he gave, they need to put a culvert under that road, and that's gonna require them actually removing power lines,
Oh.
Yeah.
de-energizing them so they can get a crane to come in there, set it, so that's gonna take a few days, but it sounds like it's something that's gonna happen, I think, in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Sounds like that's coming right along. And let's see. We are at Junction City. We've got a really huge group of people that are working on a cemetery. And so my sister and Kathy Shelton, my sister Lana Liebert's, Kathy Shelton are heading that up with Mayor Douglas, and they're going to do some getting an estimate today, in fact, on getting some stones that are in the 1800s that have fallen over, trying to get those straightened up, and we're gonna do a really big cleanup and a beautification and go around our veterans. We've got a flag there. They're gonna do some work around the veterans flag, and so they're gonna work on that. I'm still working.
Now, is Junction City Voices involved in that too?
No, they're not involved in that. And then I'm still looking, I've got this park thing planned from Ronnie Bottoms that is planes, trains, and automobiles that is just, I said, if you don't dream, you don't get. So he sent me that, and I will send that around to you all. If we could one day, we've got the 10 acres now. We've got the great entrance for the park, and they're doing some studying about the water. So the park is another one of my big interests, and that's where I'm gonna work with the city on that, and I'm also gonna work on our community center. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me, and I'm encouraging everybody to get out and help go. I'm gonna try to get some funding for some of these things for Junction City. So we got a lot of work ahead of us.
All right.
And that's it.
Sounds like things are going on.
They're moving.
All right, good deal. Thank you. Master Harmon.
We're finally getting a new entrance coming off the bypass going into the bottom side where the tractor supply.
Yep.
That thing has been horrible. You can lose a vehicle in it,
Yep.
not a tire,
Yep.
but a vehicle. And I think Danville City's doing this, and they are pouring concrete. It's not blacktop.
Now you're talking about where you turn into Tractor Supply?
No, when you turn in that street,
That-
it goes in the back of
Okay.
Cloverdale.
Oh, okay.
Where
All
they've
right,
got their
gotcha.
chain link fence and all that for sale.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
They're-
gotcha.
Right. And
Okay.
it's been horrible.
Yeah.
And I guess enough people complain that the city of Danville's gonna do something with it. And they're gonna do it right, because there's a whole lot of traffic goes in and out of there. And hadn't got anything done on the left turn lane coming south on Houstonville Road onto the bypass. There's still a hole about like this, and the state has to do it. I mean, they put a little blacktop in it, it lasts about a week. So then they'd come back, lick the calf.
That's where you're going south and turning right on the bypass,
Now
127.
you turn it
Or
left,
150.
going 150.
Yeah, 150. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Okay. Well, thank you. Master Cullen.
Most of the EMS committee met this morning. Magistrate Gabe was excused. It was Mike, Tim, Jessica, Judge Bottoms, and myself. We talked about reviewing EMS HR specific policies and training. And we had, we also had Steve Griffin in here as well to kind of help us navigate through that as well. We talked about pre-employment and annual fitness for duty statements. There's a KRS that refers to that, and so we're making sure we're in compliance with it. It's very vague, but we're still trying to double check. We also discussed funeral leave for EMS since their schedule's a little different. They're on a 24-hour schedule. So we talked about that and made sure that policies are understood. We talked about the Danville Fire Department Mutual Aid Agreement. Jessica gave a very thorough update on the crisis response unit. We did get the grant, which is fantastic. It's slightly delayed because of government. So that's going to be a wonderful thing for the community. Crisis response, they responded to a total of 46 different case individuals for the month of July. They had made 71 home visits, and that's basically a follow-up. So they establish communication with somebody that's falls under their parameters, and they go back out and speak with them. And then throughout the community, they've had 191 encounters for the month. One of the things we talked about for a little bit was under mental health. We did unfortunately have one fatality for suicide in the month of July. And I bring that up mainly because this person had never been on the radar, they'd never reached out, and although they did have 12 other people that did reach out, this person was just kind of, they said they had no idea, nobody spoke to them, they never reached out or anything. And so please make sure that, you know, if there's anything you're going through, there's lots of help in this community. So, and then for runs for June was 624. Runs for July was 737. So that's a new high for us.
Yep.
So that's about 25 a day that they're doing. And so we had a meeting about a week and a half ago with one of our partners just to try to get them to assist us with some of the runs we're doing to help maybe bring some of those numbers down. So we're going to get back together with Ephraim and see what they can do to assist us with some of these numbers as well, which will be great for our providers out there that are just running left and right. A lot of the numbers came from the heat. It's still hot, so please look after people as they're out and about, making sure they're drinking lots of water and staying indoors when they can, because that's where a lot of these problems come. And so that's all I have, and I'll submit that for approval.
Okay, have a motion from Magistrate Cullen. Is there a second?
Second.
Ben's Magistrate Gay's not here.
I'll
Magistrate
fill in
Sleeper.
for him.
Are you the proxy?
Yes.
All right, any comments on the report? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. Magistrate Gay is absent today, and we pray safe travels on his return. So that brings us to Magistrate Sleeper.
All right, just one.
Oh,
he
I
wasn't
thought you were
done.
finished.
No, I just submitted that for, that was my...
My apologies. Please continue. I tried, Steve.
When are you up next? The only other thing I had is I reached out to Kelly Baker yesterday with District 7. 34 is a nightmare.
Yes.
We've had 2 major accidents within 24 hours.
Yes.
Total of 6 cars involved. The state is not spending any money on roads right now, it seems. And you know, this project, this is thanks to the judge, this is a top priority project for the county, because this, along with a couple others, is a main artery into Boyle County. And so if you have an accident at 6:30 p.m., it's going to bottleneck people coming and going. If you have an accident the next day at 8:30 a.m., it's going to cause delays for an hour going all the way back to, you know, we actually had to call over the sheriff to see if he could get some help kind of directing traffic at Lexington and 2168 there, because the accident was at Old Lexington, and so it just was, it was a mess out there. And so, you know, Kelly and I spoke, and then I reached out to Amanda Mays-Bledsoe as well to see what kind of help she could get us for that. The short term, Kelly is, per an email that the judge and I sent him before, is trying to get his state crew out there to clear a lot of that brush back. A lot of it's line of sight. You know, it's people turning left onto Old Lexington, which leads to Kemper. And so people are just flying through there, not seeing it, not having enough time to brake.
A lot of it's speed.
Yeah, a lot of it is speed. That's our number one problem around here. So anyway, so Kelly's actually has the state crew, Willie and those guys, working on cutting a lot of that line of sight back. But the you know, you can keep putting little Band-Aids on it, but we need them to widen that area.
We need widen, we need a third line.
Yeah, and so hopefully Amanda will be able to get some funding for that maybe in January. You know, the state has not done any letting in 4 months of road fund. And what is really going to cause some problems, and we're really going to be behind the 8 ball, is that our governor decided to pause the gas tax for about 45 days when gas went a little high. That is going to cripple us in the next couple of years because of, you know, that was
Less money.
several $1 million
Yeah.
that we're not getting because of that boneheaded move. But so there's all the more reason why the connector road that's being pushed at $55 million for about 2.5 miles of road needs to get put on the back burner, because we have several roads in my district, in Tom's district, in Paula's district, that need to be fixed before we go opening up new roads. So if we spend $55 million, we can pretty much kiss any of those roads getting improved goodbye for a decade at least. So anyway, so I had a good conversation with Kelly, had a great conversation with Amanda, and so 34 is on our radar, and we're getting it pushed. I have seen some flags going up on 52, which kind of gives me hope that there's going to be some work out there.
I talked to Nick Lester, and he said that's preliminary work, just, I forget the word term he used, just to prepare for future, but there's no plans for it, so.
Well, there's plans, but not, you know, there's
Not money for it to do it right now.
It's funded. It's just,
funded, yeah.
it's funded, just not, they don't have the green light is really what it is.
Yeah, there's not-
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So, but
No
they need all this
plans to start anything.
Right.
This
That's
preliminary stuff needs to happen before they can actually get
Yeah.
the green light. So that's what a lot of this is.
Right.
Judge,
Back up.
I want to echo, and I was going to say this in my report about our Public Works meeting, but I want to echo the concerns of Magistrate Cullen, and I hope the media is listening to this. I drive frequently on 52. Anybody mowing along there, especially in the curvy areas, they're subject to be wiped out by a big truck with a mirror when they're up close to the road, because you are at the grass and at the road. Magistrate Cullen had a public meeting with District 7 at a church just past that 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
About 4 years ago.
And urgently, with probably 80 people in the room and 3 representatives of DOT District 7, heard the concerns, and here we are now. Back then, when we might have had money available, a very dangerous situation was ignored, and here we are now talking about it with no money available. And I think the state needs to be held to account on issues like this. I would not want to sleep at night as a member of state government with all we hear when we go to all the conferences about road improvements, when we're subject to someone either mowing or someone coming around the curve, not understanding how close they are in those curves to running off the road. I think it's time for the state to hear from us, perhaps collectively, Judge, that they can find money. Got too many years of going to Frankfurt and Washington to not know that when there is an urgent situation, they amazingly have a way of coming up with funds to rectify dangerous situations, when to me the sole responsibility of the Department of Transportation is to protect the public on the roads.
They have a significant rainy day fund. Some of that needs to get spent. So, I mean, but District 7 is doing everything that it can.
Yeah,
I mean, I will say that, you know, it wasn't the exact improvement that we wanted totally, but that they did change that road a little bit. They did add a little bit to it, you know, which has stopped some of the accidents from happening around there, which is nice.
I don't hear as many cars going off the road like there were.
No, the way they changed the topography of the road and everything actually has helped a lot. it's still, like Tom said, a nightmare for the people that live there because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But with my conversation with Kelly also was, you know, you guys did not realize the significance of that corner on 52 until we asked you for a traffic study and an accident report. Have you done the same thing for 34? And he said no. He said, I'm going to do it right now, and we'll be able to see, you know, how many accidents are actually happening along that road, because it really goes from the Old Bridge General Store pretty much all the way up to Lexington Avenue.
Well, we could pull the numbers from the CAD and
Yeah,
you know,
but I
from
want
last-
that. Yeah, they need to pull
give them a
that.
head start on it.
Yeah, and so he's working on that. I think he says he has a meeting next week that will that they'll have these numbers for, and they can really see the seriousness of the issue. So
Just one more comment. We're looking back 4 to 5 years, expressing these concerns with no remedy done by the state. And it's not District 7. These kind of decisions come out of Frankfurt. And there's a new head of Department of Transportation. I do not know him. I have had lengthy face-to-face this close to make an individual, his predecessor, uncomfortable at one of our conferences for 15 or 20 minutes about these type of issues in Boyle County. And we need help.
Agreed.
Um,
Okay, Patrick Kelly.
On a more positive, what a weekend we've had in Boyle County.
Yeah.
You know, Soul Second Street Festival, balloon race, balloons over bluegrass, and I played it smart this year. I went out a little later, went a little cooler, but you know, just place was packed and vendors were there, and Brianna and Junction Voices did a fantastic job putting this whole thing together. And you know, I remember just 4 or 5 years ago, just the nightmare of traffic in and out of there, and man, it was different.
It was seamless. I
Yeah.
mean, it was just amazing how quickly everybody got in, got parked, and
And we're just out there having a good time,
yeah,
enjoying the,
yeah, it was great.
enjoying, even saw Representative David Meade out there enjoying his time, because people don't know, a lot of people don't know that, you know, a good portion of that runway is in Lincoln County.
Lincoln County, yeah.
So he was out there talking with people, so pretty neat. So it's a good time. So back to school, please be careful, starts tomorrow. Unless you're going to KSD, and then it's they've been postponed until the 24th. They were
Or
supposed to start on the
DCA.
10th. Huh?
Or DCA.
DCA is the 24th as well, and I'm not sure when Bates start. But anyway, so just be careful, be cognizant, slow down. Every
I think
day,
the
but-
traffic light is now fixed out at the bypass where it was stopping, you know, on each section. Now it's back
Yeah.
regular schedule, so don't have to wait so long anymore.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yep. And those concrete improvements at the traffic lights will be big when it comes to, you know, saving money, having to repave them
Yeah.
more and more. So anyway, that's all I have.
And everybody remember the bus, the new rules about meeting the bus on 4-lane highways, with nothing in between it, both lanes stop. I think a lot of
right.
people do not know that. We
Right.
need to really push that. 'Cause
I know the school, Boyle County schools, I'm not sure about Danville, but I know Boyle County have put it on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
Echoing Paula's comments, we're all going to have to be extremely careful, because by following the law and that person looking at his or her cell phone as they're coming down, or just not paying attention with enough coffee, you better be looking in your rear view mirror when you stop for a school bus, because having had 2 rear ends when we lived in Lexington, my wife having 1 rear end crash into us, this is such a dramatic change. On Houstonville Road,
Yeah.
that lane counts as one where you'd better stop for the school bus, because you will get a $300 fine the very first time and points.
Yeah.
But you're also subjecting yourself to being rear-ended if people aren't paying attention. So this is a critical change. And all too many people, with the statistics they've been talking about in Kentucky, with folks running past school buses on 2-lane roads,
Yeah.
for heaven's sakes.
awful.
Yeah, it's, mark my words, we're gonna see the data on rear-end collisions.
Only other thing is that the Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Partnership will meet today for a special call meeting, and we will have a good announcement coming up after that, so.
Had that in my notes, but thank you.
Gotcha. All the improvements that's happening out as far as Parks and Rec goes are great. I'm astonished to see some people with the negativity of the county investing in the health and well-being of its citizens, but maybe if people would spend less time on Facebook and more time out and about, they'd be happier, I don't know. But I'm excited to see all the things that are going on for this community, and it's really going to be well received with economic development, because that's one of the biggest issues when people are coming in to look to say, hey, I'm going to relocate here, what do you have for my employees? Oh, well, we have got nothing, we don't invest in. So
Right.
anyway, so kudos to all that we're doing when it comes to economic development via our Parks and Rec and the people that are using that stuff. There's a lot of people that are going to use it, so anyway, that's all.
Steve keeps looking at us like, are they ever gonna let me speak?
You know,
Are they
I don't have
ever?
that much to say, so I'll echo what Jason just said. You know.
That's your sleeper.
Just one item. On July 28th, Animal Control Committee and Judge Bottom and Director Jessica Joseph and Administrator Julie, we met with the sheriff and ironed out some of the details, worked on some details of making the transition to animal control being under the sheriff's department. So that's really all. So
Pass
well,
the torch.
Well, and it'd be official today. So.
All right, that's right.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Magistrate Ellis.
Thank you, Judge. Everybody come out, 6:30, Portland. There will be a pig roast, plenty of barbecue, a baked potato, watermelon, and just bring your family out and get your dinners there. It's always a great opportunity to just meet and greet folks from the pioneer spirit of Portland. So please come out.
6:30 on Friday, right?
6:30 Saturday.
Saturday.
I'm sorry, thank you. Thanks for the clarification.
I was going to go out there today.
Yeah, we'll feed you out there any day of the week. Judge and Public Works, thank you so much. We have just gotten pavement at the entrance and throughout the convenience center in Perryville, and that will happen soon at Portland as well. And my comment, and thanks to the judge yesterday when we met Public Works, we get so many people who come out of historic Harrodsburg on 68 into incredibly historic Perryville. And improvements have been made for the past 2 years, the fence line and everything, and mowing and making sure that the weeds are down between the road and actually where people take their trash. It's looked good, but the gravel would get potholes, and we were constantly having to go in there and fill those. And the hillside, which probably had trees in it the size of my arm, we've mowed that up and we're keeping it mowed. It's been attractive, but now it just has almost a subtle sophistication to see the pavement rather than potholes in our gravel entrance. So people coming from everywhere on tourism will just appreciate all that's been done along that stretch by the county.
And we should have, well, I'll go ahead and let you comment.
Oh,
and
no,
I'll-
go ahead.
Well, I'll wait till you're done through.
Okay.
Because you may go ahead and tell it anyway, so.
All right, well,
We'll see.
you'll get credit. Please, a congregate from Centenary Methodist is in the back corner there. He might want to speak. Pat Bennett, thank you for being here. This weekend, our tradition will continue for another year where the coaches and the football players and parents if they wish to come, and they often do. They fill our church up so much that we have to go up in the balcony, but we call it our Tailgate Sunday for Danville and Boyle County football teams. And when we finish, well, actually, as a Gideon, I'll be part of a crew of Gideons passing out small pocket Bibles to all the young men and anyone else who would want one that day. And some of these young men have gotten them 2 and 3 and 4 years in a row. That's fine, because they have friends who might need a Bible. So it's just a wonderful opportunity to invite so many people from all across Boyle County and Danville.
That's at Centenary. That's at Centenary.
At Centenary Methodist, right there on Cunningham Way at the entrance to the park. It's very gratifying to see these young men, young women who support them as anything from trainers to cheerleaders. That's critical to the total community, both Danville and Boyle County. So it's just an exciting Sunday for us. And none of them go away hungry. We make sure after church that they come in and have a great meal with us. So I definitely wanted to get that point in. We met yesterday as Public Works in our regularly scheduled meeting. We decided to meet here because we had so much on our plate with the one major agenda item, and the judge was with us. Monday, August 10th, 2026 at 8:30. The Public Works Committee met with its primary agenda item, the reacquisition of the acreage surrounding Perryville's Crawford House from the State Finance Department. We met here in the fiscal courtroom, and those in attendance were the judge, Roger Johnson, Mark Gordon, and of course Paula, my colleague on the committee. Attending the public at large were Perryville residents because of our discussion of the land reacquisition, and Donnie Leonard. Harold and Donnie have been instrumental in so much in Perryville, and they are part of a group that is, and Tony Wilder was not with us, but those 3 gentlemen have done so much for Perryville. And now that the judge vision of a park, a true Boyle County owned and operated park can take place, where folks can go down to the river, they can go down and see that in 1862, with the worst drought on record up to that time, there was an everlasting spring where the general and his officers were in the Crawford House, recently amazingly saved and restored by Dr. Ted Steinbach out of Louisville. And hundreds of troops and horses were down on the trickle called the Chaplain River due to the drought, but that everlasting spring was down there sustaining the troops so that they could go into battle a few days later. So it's just very gratifying to think that we will, for perpetuity, own that land, and where we have all sorts of a vision that it will be a park that will be attractive, and with great long discussions, even before we met and formed a committee yesterday, it will be a secured park. Unfortunately, and perhaps it was mostly my generation, would gather down there and party, and things would often get out of hand, and so it will be a gated park, and we will be putting this out for bid. I had the idea of the awkward situation of perhaps Allie Huff, the director in Perryville Main Street, having a key and people having to go and get it and bring it back and lock it and make sure that it was locked at night. But at least one vendor of gates, and this gentleman lives here, but I told him we'll have to put it out for bids, because this will be an extraordinarily expensive gated situation. It can have a mechanism on it that would automatically unlock the gate and open it whatever date, and depending upon the sun, winter and summer, 8 to 5 in the winter, 8 till just after dark in the summer, all automatic by technology. So it's just exciting to know that that's going to be taking place. The other part of my report had to do, and Magistrate Bodner has already talked about this, paving, weed and grass mowing, and a few more potholes. And if you have them, Roger wants to know about them, but I reported a few in my district. And then Paula showed us this, and it's a term used when I was wood cutting 50 years ago and cutting down trees in Louisville. They call it a widowmaker. And there is an oak dead in her district that is overhanging major roads to the point where I think they actually go to the far lane overhanging.
Yeah, it is now gone as of just 5 or 10
That
minutes.
quickly.
Yeah, Robert's
That's
got me
wonderful.
messages.
We authorized a local vendor taking that tree down because one of those 30 or 40 foot limbs, 6 to 8 inches in diameter, falling on a school bus could have been an absolute tragedy. So thank you for acting so quickly on the judge and our motion to get that done. So Judge, that is my report, and I've actually submitted with the report the minutes of yesterday's meeting because I think that is so important that folks need to know the details. And anybody who wants those details, I'll be happy to push the email through to you. So those go together.
That's
Thank
your
you.
motion?
Yes, that's my
Okay.
motion.
Is
And
there-
Judge, if you'll sign top left, and then we'll get Roger when he's in here.
Now make a second motion, the motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Magistrate Ellis. Is there a second? Magistrate Bodner. Any comments on Magistrate Ellis's report? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay?
Thank you
Motion
all.
carries.
And, well, go ahead.
No, you finish.
I just want to say, as we make progress, walk down the almost gravel road with me, and of great interest to folks in Perryville, the old Boy Scout building, thanks to Harold Edwards, after our meeting yesterday, he went down and took 14 pictures outside and inside of the old Boy Scout building. Has a wonderful fireplace in it. And I was ready for him to say that the roof had collapsed because it looks so bad. It's a jungle even trying to get to it. But the roof is fine. There is no leakage, amazingly. And we're going to be working on the restoration of that building for multi-use that Judge might want to speak to, because you mentioned that yesterday.
I just said it would be a nice place if we could either do some type of museum, you know, small plaques or history information type things where people can go up and read, look at pictures and read them, or a place for meetings, because there's not really any place in, you know, Perryville or that area to have any type of meeting. So Boy Scouts could meet there, you know, different.
Public at large.
Yeah, just different people in the community. Lions Club could meet there. I mean, there's lots of options. So we haven't really pinpointed, finalized any particular use, but it's a lot of options. So.
Just an excellent meeting yesterday. Volunteers from the community.
Yeah.
Could I say one comment?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear Pat? He sat behind the band
Oh, yeah.
the entire time.
Yeah.
John came and helped him a while, and Tim Puckett helped him a while, but Pat sat the whole time. I don't know how, it was very loud, wasn't it? We really appreciated that. I wanted to make sure we did. That's it.
Pat's a leader in our church, and we really appreciate it.
All right. Does that conclude magistrate reports?
That's it.
Okay, moving right along to county attorney.
Yes, I had a great weekend as Magistrate Colin advised. I got to go to Solo Second both Friday and Saturday. That was really good. Great meal Friday night, and then the balloon. It's over the bluegrass was pretty amazing. I was talking, and I found out that over like 6,000 people were there. So it was really a beautiful day. It was pretty hot. Wanted to get in that phone party, but I decided not to.
It did look fun.
It did look fun. But yeah, great weather. We were lucky to have such a nice weekend. And I was gonna mention to Magistrate Ellis, I had someone come in regarding a speeding ticket they received in the Parksville, Mitchellsburg area, and they brought it to my attention that they showed a picture that one of the 35-mile-per-hour signs, we have the post, but there's no sign
Is
on
it
it.
between Parksville and Mitchellsburg?
I think so, yes.
I'll take a look, yeah.
And so I asked that you look at that,
Thank you.
because if so, we need to get a new sign up.
Appreciate that,
there.
thank you.
I mean, I think that under statute, you're still in an area like that, you're supposed to go 35, but I think that it's very helpful.
I was
to have
reminded
that.
of it,
Is that on
by a judge of
34?
that one time, when I got a ticket because the sign was down, and I pled over it, and I paid the fine.
Right,
But that's on State Highway?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll have to contact them.
right. But I know that Magistrate Ellis is good at contacting the state highway
Yeah.
about things.
That's
Appreciate that.
But other than that, just we're heading off next week. We have our prosecutors conference. My two assistants will be attending, and my victims advocate. So we'll learn a lot of good stuff. Bring us up to date on the laws that have changed and in our state. And we always really enjoy going there. It's just very informative and helps us to do a better job as a county attorney in our office. So other than that, everyone needs to be safe, definitely. And you're saying there might be more rear-end accidents because of the law, but also more concerning is we don't want any children hit or anything like that. So I would just encourage everyone out there to just be extra cautious when following a school bus, and just in general as there will be more children out driving now due to the being 16 and be able to do it. Even my daughter, we already had to schedule her test coming up, so watch out. Anyways, thank you all. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Miss Julie?
Tomorrow morning at 9 is our regular courthouse AOC meeting to keep everybody on task and getting the courthouse cupola repaired. So that's tomorrow at 9. Those meetings have been very helpful in helping AOC to keep finding a place to move the court. And we had the HVAC consultant come in last week, and the sound person is supposed to come in sometime in the next 10 days, I would guess. We're almost to a final number on bonding. I talked to RJ Wednesday of last week, and he's talked to Codell, and our numbers are getting closer. So hopefully in the next month, we'll have a final decision on how much we're going to bond, and then the process takes 6 months. So the first set of plans arrived on the EMS building last Wednesday. That was kind of exciting. We're having a meeting tomorrow at 10 with EMS and coroner to kind of start talking about fixtures and furnishings and things like that.
Can you invite me to that?
Yeah, I don't really have
I
any.
think the class is full.
But I will find out which one is first and let you know.
But we'll see if we can squeeze you in.
Yeah.
That's good. We're on the throw off the curve, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Bike park committee meeting, the next one will be August 31st, which happens to be my daughter's 40th birthday.
Oh.
Crazy, isn't it? So we're down to now starting to talk about signage, trail signage. Everybody's getting very excited. If you haven't seen the video, some of the committee members riding the trails, it's going to be great. I think we are going to be a extreme sports destination.
I showed my grandson who's into mountain biking the video, and he said, "Holy moly."
Even my husband, who knows nothing about biking, said that's a lot of airtime.
Yeah.
I guess that's cool.
What did you say was on the 31st?
The next pickleball
Oh,
meeting.
yeah,
Yes.
okay.
No, bike park.
Bike park meeting on the
sorry.
31st, okay, gotcha.
The pickleball committee met last week for our regular monthly meeting. Things seem to be relatively on schedule. So that's exciting to see those coming in. I don't think there was any major issues. Do you remember? Yeah. Buster Pike Bridge, have we heard anything? I haven't heard a word. Kind of worried.
I haven't heard
Word.
anything since the last emails.
So I believe we just need to follow back up with Johnson Construction.
Yeah.
And Laura.
Okay, yeah.
So,
And then we got our first reimbursement for the TAP grant, about 24,000, I believe, and got another invoice today. So that project in Fairville is moving forward, and soon the drainage will be improved on
Yes.
Merchants Road. So
That was very exciting.
lots of stuff going on.
That too is 4.5 years old.
Yes.
I know. That's it.
Wheels of progress move slow sometimes, Tom. But they eventually get there.
do we have any info on the tank pond?
Brian?
Yeah, our EMA director keeps up with that, but he
Okay.
hasn't mentioned anything to me lately. He comes in every now and then, gives me an update, but haven't heard anything lately.
Can I say one thing real quick?
No.
On the Crawford House deed, I just made a few suggestions on it. I sent it to Natalie Bronner, not anything major. But one of them, in the consideration part, we had put through Lucretia Gibson that the value is about $50,000. I just felt like it read like we were buying it, and we're not buying the property. It's a gift. So I wanted that language changed just briefly, and I prepared a description for the property as well. So.
I probably can't find it. Could you send the judge and me the map again? Because this committee of citizens would like to see that.
The plat?
Yeah, the plat map.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
we did that plat actually back in 2022.
And that's the status as of, I mean, that is the correct one, because I know you struggled with it with all the craziness.
Right, there was a lot of different things, but basically we had a plat, and then we wanted to plat off just the little portion where the Crawford House sits,
Right.
which is less than an acre. So
Right.
we have like a little of that. But the lot that we're getting is lot 2.
Yeah, I promised them that I'd get it to everybody, so.
Sure, I can
Yeah,
get that
thank
to
you.
That's all.
That's something we probably need to mention to Rich too, Julie, is the Crawford property. The deed should be ready by the next meeting, so it'll be presented and for approval, and then we'll take ownership.
Well, as far as Rich goes, like Interest Engineering prepared that whole plat stuff, so I don't know that he would have to do any work, because that was back in 2022. So it's basically just conveying something that's already been approved and filed within the clerk's
Has it been
office.
surveyed?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
The plat's been surveyed by Interest Engineering.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know that we need to involve Rich in
Maybe
that
good.
whatsoever.
Good.
Yeah, that may be good. Okay.
I think we had to have a signing ceremony to get that back after all these years.
Is that all you have?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'll close this out. I did get to ride in a hot air balloon Sunday at the Balloons Over the Bluegrass. They interviewed, Channel 18 was there, and they interviewed several people.
Saw you on TV, Judge.
And I was told I looked like a wild, white-haired woman from Junction City. So, well, you know. So some people just have to take that role and go with it. I guess I qualified.
No comment.
Yeah, I know. On the 18th, we will be having our first joint Parks and Rec committee meeting. So we approved, getting the committee back to oversee Parks and Recreation. And so we'll be having our kickoff meeting on 8/18. So that'll be very exciting to get back together on that and to have a little, ownership. What would be a good word for that, Jason?
The decision-making, education.
Yeah, decision making, yeah, in Parks and Rec. So we're excited about that. Magistrate Gay will be serving on that committee, so be exciting to
We can
get
find
that
them.
started. Pardon?
If we can find them.
If we can find it, yes.
So where's Walter?
Yes, where's Jane? Okay, Julie mentioned the courthouse meeting and the EMS design meeting. Also on Friday, we'll be having our first year review with Enterprise. We've now been with Enterprise for the county vehicles for a year, so we'll be sitting down with them and reviewing our contracts and see how things are going in general, how things have been going. Don't forget, next Friday and Saturday is the Little Cherubs Consignment Sale, and it's also at Centenary Church. It'll be all day Friday and all day Saturday.
It's a fundraiser that helps children.
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
sum it up any better.
Right, it's wonderful. I work it every year. It's one of my top 3 community events that I do, and so I love to be there and love to help out with that. Then Saturday morning, the 22nd, will be the hazardous household waste event, and that will be at the recycling center from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So this is where you can bring all of your household waste items, including paint. So we got old paint sitting around. Be sure and load it up and bring it out.
Old propane tanks.
Old propane tanks, cooking oil, just lots of different things. No tires. Okay, we have to stress that. No tires, but any household waste that you have sitting around, bring it out to that event. Also, if you haven't signed up and you want to, they have the State Fair booth sign up going on, and I think Chamber of Commerce is in charge of that. So you can talk to Sarah or Tanya.
Tanya, I don't know.
And they can get you the information. I believe there was an email maybe sent out, I don't know if everyone received it or not, that you could sign up for State Fair booth. So if you haven't done that and you're interested, that's available to go and represent Boyle County. And then the last thing I want to do is a shout out to my niece, Sadie Powell. She's going to be turning 16 tomorrow, so she'll be sweet 16 on first day of school. And my great nephew, Gage Bottom, will also be 16. They were born on the same day. And so both of them will be celebrating their birthdays on the first day of school. And I'll ask, if there's nothing else, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
Do we have executives?
Do we have? Oh, we do. I am so sorry. Missed that. All right, we need a motion to go into executive session pursuant to KRS 61810, paragraph 1, paragraph F. Discussions or hearings which might lead to the appointment, discipline, or dismissal of an individual employee member or student without restricting that employee member's or student's right to a public hearing if requested. This exception shall not be interpreted to permit discussion of general personnel matters in secret.
I'll make that motion.
Measure Cullen, is there a second?
Second.
Measure Sleeper. We are now in executive session. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Discussion, 5-minute break.
Okay, let's
We can't.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. We're in executive session. And I need Okay, I need a motion to return to regular session.
I'll make the motion with no action taken.
Measure Cullen, second, Measure Sleeper. All right, there are no other items on the agenda, so all
Make a
those in
motion to
favor
adjourn.
of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion to adjourn, Measure Cullen, is there a second?
Second.
Oh, okay, unanimous.
Take anybody you want.
Seriously?
Everybody said that.
All right, well, we'll go with Magistrate Ellis. I heard him over here. So, all those in favor of adjourning, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.